Go ahead.
Drifting behind. She doesn't realize what we're doing, so she's doing what she thinks she's supposed to do when she's on a loose line. I'll do it this way. So that was just a wasted video. That means I have her very loose. Hardly have a hold of the line. And she stops. We're out. Loose on the line. Dropping it. She stops. Slight tug. She's really light. Moving. Just the shaking of the lead rope. See how you can stand still. She keeps going out. We're going to reel her in. Beautiful. And she even backs by just doing this. I'm not leading. Take step, I take step. Good girl. Let's see if she fits. Yep, she does. I'm confusing her. Where she's just a little sticky on the one. She disengages her hind end really nice. better, but she's doing really good. And that's her disengaging her hind end. Do not know if she side passes, but we're going to see here in a minute. Whoop. Confusing her at the moment. We're not asking you to do anything other than just stand still, babe. The rope's freaking out. You're fine. She only knows how to go back. So, side passing or moving over in the front end is something she has to learn. Now she's wanting to be stubborn on lunging out. Oh! Get her going this way now. Oh! You stop and you say, "Hope." Hope. So she does know the word "well" and "hope," as you see. Now, something else you'll get to see, how she thought we were lunging. I'm just going to walk around. She's on a loose line. She should never let slack hit the line. She stops when I stop. Wiggle her back. Walk off again. So she mimics your move pretty quickly. She is not one-sided with seating. Okay, stop the video. As you see, no lunge whip, no rope, no halter, no line. Lunging her with my body. She's very sensitive, so you don't have to put a lot of effort. But you see that she does walk or trot. See if I can get her to look this way. Go. Whoa. And you hear she listens so well. She knows whoa means to stop for a few seconds and come in. And yes, I'm asking her to back. Send her out. I don't know if you can see in the video, I took my eye off of her, so she stopped. Now she's just making sure what I'm asking. She gets a little stubborn on this side. But I have a saddle, reins, bridle, and the long line hanging on the side rail where she's going by. She's not going by close. And there's a human standing up there filming. But she goes by. her haunches. Round. Look at that. Better than what she's on her line. Set her up, do it on the other side. Not as good. She's waiting to see what I'm going to do. That's why she's not following, because I'm not telling her to follow me. Step out a second. I'm going to show you what she does on a line. Well, not on a line, but with a lunge line. She doesn't want to lunge. This gives you a good opportunity to see what she does do. Crossed it behind me. I won't even care. Alright, I'm going to step back a little bit so maybe I don't smack her. And this gets a lot of horses. It moves like a snake. I don't like it. Alright. Now. Over. Touch your booty. Good. I got her out. Now, I did ask her to go out by putting more force into that and by giving her a movement of my eye and gestures to tell her that I'm meaning to go out. Whoa. See, even with the whip, crazy, stupid. With the whip, I can kind of get her closer to the stuff that's over there hanging. There we go. As you see, she's more of a trotting kind of girl. You want her to move, she moves. Every bit of energy you give, she puts out. See how she takes off from a standstill? Makes somebody a really good horse. We have that all covered. I was actually thinking about doing the stick of string with her on the line. She was going to stand there, of course, so hey, we'll do it. I've never worked with her on the stick of string. I don't know much about what this mare does or doesn't do, so everything that's new to me, I have said in every video I've done with her. Now, I've been told she bridles and she saddles. No idea. I am not asking her to back. She's a little iffy about lead ropes. Quick little fact. First person that owned her treated her right. Second owner that owned her said that she was cold back, so in order for them to ride her, They sedated her. Don't ask me how that works, just what I was told. So she's had not so nice experiences with people. And yes, you can brush her if she's standing still in her stall without a halter and lead rope. You can pick up her feet without a halter and lead rope. I'll show you in just a minute after brushing her about picking up her feet. She does really good with the farrier. As long as your farrier has confidence and acts like the horse doesn't do anything, she will stand perfectly still for you all day. But if you show any signs of nervousness, this mare will feed off of it and she becomes slightly more reactive. Now, when I started working with her on picking up her feet, she's a little iffy with her back feet, and I showed that in one of the previous videos. And just with a little bit, the 2 or 3 times I think that I've had her feet done by an actual farrier instead of myself, since I trim feet as well, she's improved greatly. I'm going to turn her sideways for the camera if the camera person will hold still. Oh! Nope, she doesn't want me starting on this side. And I don't want to fight her, so I'm just going to let her have her way. I don't usually, but I'm just trying to get this video together today. Not trying to make it a fight. But, oh. Here may not let me have her back. Oh. Pick up this front feet without hanging real good. So you can see, she does give her foot. Now I'm just touching, she'll just give you her foot. Nikki, up. She's already giving me her back. You can see I'm not even hanging on to her. Now the camera person probably needs to follow on the opposite side so I don't move the mare. Okay. Nikki, up. Oh, she's a little stiff today on this side. Come on. There you go. See if she'll pick it up better this time. Now she's not bracing it. One more time. And you see that I'm just literally brushing, keeping my arm. There, perfect. Perfect. Good girl. There's a lot of stuff that can be done with this horse. She's really good. She really is. This is the leg she likes to kill you with. And you see, she's already giving it. Now I will reach down. Perfect. Now we'll see. She already did it. Without even asking. This is something she doesn't do. Oop. This is something I do like teaching them, is to leave it over their head, and as you see, they tend to throw their heads up when you first do it. There we go. And she got it. See if we can get her to do it on the other side. Probably not. And you see she's moving. She knows that means move. So nobody's really worked on her with this. There you go. Once she figures out what you're asking, she's really good. She'll do whatever it is that you're asking her to do once she figures it out. We train both sides. one. What you do on the right side, we do on the left. I asked her to back up. She's gonna throw her head up. But as you see, she's just listening. Nothing that I'm doing is, I'm not yanking all over her. This is me yanking on her. This is me telling her, get out of my space. And it makes her throw her head up. She doesn't need any of that. Sometimes you just give a light tug and she goes, oh, okay, that's what you're asking. So now we're gonna go ahead. Come over here, saddle pad. And she's not sure about that. Move. I'm going to ask her, force, holding. Now I'm going to let go. She moved her feet. Stopped moving her feet. We're going to smell it. She's not okay. So I don't know if you guys can see from where the camera person's standing. She's bracing on all fours. She is bracing herself, expecting something bad to happen. Now I'm going to guess she's one-sided, so we'll see. Nope. So my guess, of her being one-sided, see I've almost thrown that completely off. Licking, chewing. Now, because she backed up from where I was where the saddle is, I'm going to have her move around with that on so I can get up here. Saddle. She's like, wait, I'm worried about that. I'm not going to worry about the bridle right this second. I knew that was going to happen. I have no place to sit this. I think I'll sit it there. I don't like my tack hitting the dirt, if I can help it. I keep checking here to make sure that I don't have anything wrapped where it can get caught around my arm or anything, which is one of the reasons why I don't like doing this, because I've actually gotten my arm caught. You don't even like doing this because you can get this wrapped around your leg. Now she's going to start backing up. It's a little harder for me to tell her that's not what I want. When I'm trying to hold the saddle. Oh. Alright. And you can see she's scared of the saddle. So there's a lot of things that indicate that this mare still needs work with saddle work. Now, again, like I said, and I'm going to presume she'll let you do that on the offside as well. Saddle's heavy. I'm not going to fight her today. I just dropped the stirrup down. You probably couldn't see that. I just dropped that down. That. So, two things that can be worked on. Catching. She's a butt to catch. If you keep a halter on her, it's so much easier to catch her. If you keep drag line on her, she'll stand there all day for it. Stupid, huh? But the thing is, you can go in her stall and catch her if you don't have a halter or lead rope. So you bring in this halter, it's game over. You gotta play to catch her. Same with if you keep this. I had her for a little bit where I could, she stepped away by the way when I reached under, which shows that she needs a lot more work with this. She needs to be able to be comfortable with the saddle pad before ever introducing the saddle. That's just giving me an idea because I've never saddled her and I don't want her deciding to blow straight up and start bucking. Because I was never around when she was saddled, so it shows that she's okay at the moment. But this mare, from what I was saying, she has been ridden. She'll let you mount her. The second you ask her to move, she bucks. But she's already told me several different things that tells me she's not ready for this. One is when I'm approaching her with the saddle pad. It totally tells me that, hey, wait a minute, let's go slower with this. I'm not okay with this. Yet she'll let you stand here and throw it. But she needs to learn to stand still when you're walking towards her, to walk over here to fling it, or even if you're standing here, or if you're standing here, to fling that saddle over. You see how she just freaked out over my hand? These are things that you need her to be over probably before you ever get on. A lot of people don't care. And the other one was the saddle. She was more worried when I had the saddle than she was the saddle pad. So she needs to be comfortable with the saddle over there, to here, to here, to here. Not from one side, she got to do it from both. The other thing that I haven't shown you in the video is her catching. And then the other one is, if you stand on a rail with this horse, she won't come near you. So she needs a lot of fence work. Fencing is where you get yourself above her head, specifically on a fence, and teach her to bring her side to you. You do it from the right or left. She's ready for something bad to happen. See if we can go ahead and see if she'll walk without blowing up. She's fine. I don't want to lead her up here trying to grab the halter to see if she bridles with the saddle, if she's going to come on bucking stock on my line. One, I don't want the camera person getting hurt. Two, I don't want to catch myself up in the rails if she decides to come towards me or buck right past me and kick out with her hind feet. Oh. And as you see, she's worried. She doesn't like the line, for one. Because you saw that when I was trying to get her to side pass out there in the open. She doesn't want it. She doesn't like the line up by her eye. This is the bridle. She's a little concerned about it, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh. I'm trying to keep her calm. She's breathing hard. She's a little nervous. I'm going to guess she doesn't bridle very well. She's really worried about the bridle. And as you see in her back leg, she's ready to go. Front, she's bracing. She knows that every time this happens, somebody gets on. She's wanting to catch it, and every time I get it, she's easy to bridle. She might relax. Good girl. Aw. It's a little small. Okay, so she's not a pony size. Almost, but if you're going to use a pony size bit, that's like a 4, 4.5. You're going to want to put the bit guards on the side. I figured she was pony size, but she's not. She's standard horse, so she needs a 5. She's letting me adjust everything. come over here and fix her hair, make her pretty. There you have it. See if she's okay with that. Yeah, a little iffy on that side. Don't care about that. I'm not going to get on her. She's a little worried there. Good girl. She flexes. Do it over here. Stand by a stirrup. She wants to raise. A little stiff on this side. Good girl. She's a little stiff on this side, which is really odd because this is usually her better side. So that means she needs flex more on this side. Girl. Like that. She's got a good foundation on her. Now, I actually wanted to keep her, train her up for myself, which was the plan. But since I really don't have the time and the effort to be able to put into her because I'm going to be doing surgeries. I have one coming up, and it's another 6-month heal time. I'm not going to have time to get this girl going because she's ready to start having some saddle stuff done, and I can't afford somebody else to train her. So I kind of got to do it all. And I'm not going to have a camera person out here on this Mustang trying to teach it to ride when they themselves aren't experienced dealing with bucking stock or Mustangs as far as breaking them. She puts the reins on and you can see this is standard horse size. And she's already tucking her head. Look at that. She obviously knows something under saddle because otherwise she wouldn't know. That means tuck. But what I was trying to show without her doing her thing like she's supposed to be doing, standard horse size, so she needs pony reins. So I need to actually shorten these if I were to get up here and ride her. And she's already bending because she thinks I'm getting on, which I'm not, which is fine that she thinks that. I'm actually going to ask her to back up, which she does not know from the ground, which means there you go. Something else she needs to know. Slide my hand down. She does know. There. Come over here on the other side. Same thing. She's a little more nervous on this side, which means it probably didn't work with her as much on this side. She knows to bend. Back. Back. Nope, she won't back. That's something else I like my horses to know before I ever get on them. I need them to know how to back from the bit. And all she knows how is flex. That's great. You want them to flex because when you go to get on, you want to be able to have a hold of that rein in that horse's head. If you got control of their front end and control of their back end, they're more or less likely to buck. So something else that needs to be done, and I'll do it on her good side, just to show you guys, if I can get her to do it. Let's see. Don't know if I can, but we're going to see. If I can. My rope's a little too big. This isn't one that I use for riding. This is literally the training rope. Something else I like to teach them. go ahead and put that back there, because just in case she decides to spook or get bolt, less likely for the reins to come in front and get tangled on the horse, because I don't like the snaps on this. I actually like the leather that's tied on, because if the horse gets caught, you're more likely going to rip their mouth, where if this is just a leather piece that goes on, that's tied on with just leather, it's going to break the second the horse puts pressure on it. I know from the fact, because I had an old ranch horse that stepped on a pair of my reins by accident, because I had him down in front, and he just decided, oh, I'm going to be a butt today, which he sometimes had those days, and he stepped on the reins and they snapped, and he had a bit and everything. But what I like them to learn is I like to tuck their head in like this, ask them, and then ask her to disengage. See if she'll do it on this side. Oh, yep, she does. Good. She's trying to evade me because she thinks, oh, he's gonna get on me. I'm not getting on. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna ask the camera person to step out so they're not in a danger zone, and we're gonna film her working under tack. And what I'm gonna do, slide the reins over the horn like that. This is mostly for safety than anything. I'm gonna pass it through the hole. Usually use baling twine, and I put a little safety knot so the reins don't come unclipped while the horse is lunging, because I just talked about that. Walk. Obviously she doesn't know what walk trot is. It's something we're learning. Walk. 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 Trot. Trot. A little worried with the saddle on. You can tell the difference if you go back and look at the video. Trot. A little more comfortable on this side, which is short and choppy, which means the saddle's probably not the best fit. She's just not comfortable with it up there. It does bounce a little on her back, which probably needs a different pad. I don't know how she does with the flank straps. I only have one saddle that has one on it. Horses aren't trained to them, so I'm going to assume she's not trained. But we'll see. Oh. Oh. That's what ho means. Nervous. Horses tend to get nervous. It's like, nope, I don't want near this human because I have a saddle and bridle on, and I know what happens. Come on, baby. Okay. Actually, oh. So scared. I have saddle strings that I tied up. I'm gonna see what she feels about those. I thought about just undoing the one side, but then I was like, well, I don't get a hold of her. I can't get her to settle down. I'm on both sides. We'll see. Right now they're not bothering her, but I asked her to back away? Yes, I did. And go out. See? She's secure about those strings. She doesn't trot. Open. Hot. Open. So maybe she'll take a flank strap. Nice. Good mare. Whoa. Yep, she's just nervous. And this is what Nikki does. She gets a little standoffish because she's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not sure. She'll walk off. If you just stay calm, keep asking. She usually gets in. As you've seen, I've grabbed up here. She doesn't know what that means. Good mama. That was me working with a non-comfortable spot. I'm like, hey, not hurting you. Come up and catch up. Just so you can see that I do approach her on both sides. She's fine. She's not following me right now, but I'm not asking her to. I just want you guys to see the comfort of this mare. What she's doing. What can and can't do. She knows. Never have her butt to you. Unless you're actually behind her. Push her on her offside. A lot better. Behind her. See? You can get behind her. She's a little shaky, a little nervous when you're back here. She's always kind of been like that. When we first got her in, you couldn't get nowhere near that butt. When we go back up here to her butt, behind. She's got a tail clamp. There you go.